Members of the community have managed to find some cool stuff, like for example the original trailer dance animations. Now, I have to address the nature of this being a prototype. It's not exactly user-friendly. First things first, it requires an Xbox controller for some reason. Funny to use an Xbox controller with PlayStation 2 keys on screen. Once you've entered a map, you'll notice that there's no sound. The community already played around with that, and now with an updated big file, you can hear reused sounds from the final game, and unused sounds that were meant for this version of the game. Unfortunately, this only seems to work on a handful of maps for now. When you're in a map, should you want to enter a new one, you'll have to entirely quit the game, which is inconvenient. You can restart a map by pressing F6, although sometimes levels will restart on their own for seemingly no reason. Many crash the game upon loading, but oftentimes they'll still work in the Jade editor. Still, the game runs too fast in most available maps. You'll need a frame limiter to properly explore them. I suggest using Riva Tuner Statistics Server. Let's take a closer look at what's available in this leak. I've decided to open and briefly explore every map. I'm very excited, by the way, for whoever's asking. Let's start with the first map, Outside. Keep in mind that I'm using a translator for the map titles, so some might be inaccurate. You spawn in a free-roaming environment with several unique places to visit. First you'll notice Romeo Petit, a teensy doctor from Rayman 3 nearby. He's rumored to be placeholder for a fairy here. You can grapple to collect him, which is the only way to get rabbits to spawn. Feeding them up with Rayman's various new combat maneuvers is pretty fun. Plays exactly as you'd expect, although it's very difficult to stay alive. The first time you take a hit, Rayman loses his clothes for some reason. And then you've got this mana meter, which lowers by 5 each time you perform a ground pound. Where's Rayman getting mana from? It seems like this game would have been a hack and slash with elements of platforming. It's funny to me that only now are we able to know for sure what genre this game would have fallen into. I can enter NoClip to see more of the map in less time, and this is done exclusively with your Xbox controller by holding both shoulder buttons, Start, Select, and Y at the same time. Same process to disable it. No-clipping is great for demonstrating Rayman's funky hair physics. The map has giant spores and trees in the distance. Also this circular structure that opens and closes. I found this small underground lab. We'll take a look at that in a bit. There's this interesting city on top of a hill where a rabbit runs away with a key. Nearby is a rideable spider. Oh good lord, the artistic clash on display here. The spider itself is pretty cool. It can easily climb any surface. Problem is, it's a bit difficult to control in tight spaces. I was able to defeat the rabbit by using the spider's flame belch. That's neat. No idea what this key is used for. Then I found this lifeless rabbit next to a UFO. Oh my god! Look at how fast this thing is! We believe in you, Rayman, just keep trying. My guess is that this map was meant to serve as one of the game's hub worlds. Now, about that nearby rabbit base. This is one of the more playable segments in the prototype. What's particularly interesting is this small rabbit here closely resembles the giant rabbit boss from the Game Boy Advance version. There's this one room full of beans and a tube that keeps spitting them out. You can grapple this tube and then pull it for the beans to collect and raise the floor. That's a neat mechanic. There's a bit more to this area, but I would suggest you try this one out for yourself. It's a lot of fun. The second map is called Sound, and it crashes the game. The third map is called Vil. It's the alphabet up to the letter F. Oh, I'm here again. Okay. So this is part of a group called Maps FPP. There are 5 groups of maps here. Well, 6 if you count the last one, which appears to be broken. The fourth map is called Factory. It's just a smaller version of the earlier rabbit base. Hope you like beans. The fifth map is called Ride Saucer. Spawns you in the wrong place, so you're gonna have to use NoClip. This is the case for a couple of maps. When you do land, you'll find that there's a pilotable UFO again, and oh, it's that hawk! Which you can in fact fly. I'll get to that later. The sixth map is called The Bunny Robot. If you've been following the leak, you've probably seen this already. It's the most complete gameplay sequence in the prototype. Rayman will navigate inside a giant bunny mech, then find the self-destruct button. Along the way, you'll find a carrot launcher weapon, and that's neat. Has infinite ammo, too. This map is simple to understand even in this unfinished form, so try it out for yourself. The seventh map is called Assault Bunker. Again, spawns you in the wrong place. Pretty self-explanatory for this one. Oh! Okay, I guess I saved the day. Maybe? The 8th map is called Dungeon Lab. Sounds back. This one's another interesting test map. Lots of rideable creatures and different surfaces that enable different footstep sounds. Here's where I learned to ride the hawk. Well, kind of. I don't know why it keeps sounding like that. Turns out to fly, you use the right shoulder button. There's another level coming up that'll show this off further in, but for now, here's a Triceratops? Wait, did the skybox change? What was that creature? Oh... Rayman riding rabbits! Gosh, this is slow. The 10th map is called Proto 1. There's plenty of ruined mechas, some very interesting stuff going on underwater. Check out this rabid UFO that appears to be scanning beneath. That's all from the maps group. Now on to the Test LD group, and it has twice the amount of maps. Playtest Hub. Seems like some kind of a jail? In the center of it all, you can find a cage from Rayman 2. It doesn't seem like you can do anything with it. You know, I didn't expect this with how much I love this prototype, but the rabbits are starting to annoy me a bit. They are relentless. Soon as one's on screen, you know you're in for trouble. Sound. Just a slightly altered version of an earlier map. There's gonna be a lot of these forthcoming, so I'll just skip them. Benjamin? This one just crashes the game. Think I'll skip mentioning crashes as well. Rocco's Dump. Yeah, it's a dump alright. Just a big ol' wasteland of reused King Kong assets. Rip Man. There's 2 levels called Sphincter Cell. These crash the game, and that's probably for the better. You see enough ass in this prototype as it is. Okay, but actually, Lusu sent me a modified big file that restores the level, so here it is anyways. Great, well done. 10 out of 10 truly feels like I've entered someone's sphincter. There's a couple items to grapple here, including what might have been an early purple lum. I shouldn't be too surprised by the presence of this environment. It's no doubt what inspired a handful of levels in that GBA version. The Claw is our master. Here's a test map with some sort of conveyor system. Moving floors, as described. Moving floors lava, again, as described. Tiles. Well, Paris. Has a centipede problem? Wait, I can ride this thing? I've never seen or even heard of this one before. That's pretty cool. Although very creepy. Brick layout. It's an underground labyrinth with a couple mechanics to fiddle about with. Tossing stuff feels a lot like that cow launching minigame from the final game, but there's definitely not that level of momentum here. Ride A. Okay, this is what I was holding out for. Here's one of the game's trailer scenes, the hawk soaring through some kind of giant factory. And that's really all this is. But it was cool to try this for the first time since seeing it in 2006. Test D. Centipede, Triceratops, Abomination. What the hell is this disgusting creature?
We're getting a panty raid.
See you soon, Jimmy.
Alright, so we have to go steal some girls' panties for creepy teacher. Pervert teacher. Pantsu, 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 nani? Iro. No! How do I get in? Can I get into the back door? Oh, we're sneaking in? Okay, let me sit up in my chair. Okay, we're good. Oh! What the heck is this? They're songs! We're literally collecting G-strings! You see that?
Well, all right.
Hi there. Hi. Just looking for some panties.
Oh, cool.